Alright, jumping straight into NASDAQ's monthly chart. This is NQM 2024. So, first things first, I just want to mention this. Clearly you can see NASDAQ has not traded to the previous month high or not even approached it yet, hasn't booked it yet. So, just note that. And on the weekly chart, there we go. NASDAQ has also not traded to the March 18th to 22nd premium with consequent encroachment, and also the previous week's high. So NASDAQ is relatively weaker right now. And taking a quick look at this, we do have this rejection block here. So this candle's closing price. Moving on to the daily. I'm just going to read straight off my notes here. NASDAQ comparatively much weaker compared to S&P, like I said. Buy side already swept on Thursday, March 21st. So right here, buy side was swept. So that same Thursday high of week profile that I was looking to stay intact was not intact on S&P, but is intact on NASDAQ. So I really like that, and this is definitely much weaker than S&P currently, even after the Sunday's opening. So that's why I really like NASDAQ right now. I do see nice clean buy side pool above 18,619 and the Friday, March 22nd high at 18,626. So this high right here and then this high right here, I think it's possible that we trade up into this high. Now, if we trade up into this high, I want to see a quick willingness to reject and start trading lower and make its way down into this Wednesday, March 20th inversion fair value gap high, and then from there work lower depending on current time of day. But I would not like to see the delivery back up into this premium with consequent encroachment, just because I want to see more weakness on NASDAQ. So if we sweep these buy stops, I want to see a quick delivery lower, shift in market structure, any sort of model that is indicating that we're going to start working lower. And yeah. So my weekly draw on liquidity is below the previous week's low. So below here, this candle's low at 18,378 and 2/4. And if we get animated, especially since NASDAQ is currently the weaker indice of the two, I like this low right here, which is at 18,289 1/4. Keeping in mind that NASDAQ seems to be the weaker of the two, unable to trade to the premium arrays that ES already has. One thing I'd like to add into this week's analysis is the facade of NVIDIA's rally. I think NVIDIA has had its time to shine and drawn enough attention to itself in doing so, and is now probable to pull back and clear the nearest short-term lows. So you can go look at that in your own chart. I don't have it here because I'm only covering dollar index, S&P, and NASDAQ. So that's adding additional confidence behind seeing a lower NASDAQ. In short, I favor sell side delivery to 18,378 and 2/4 on NASDAQ. If we get animated, I'm satisfied with 18,289 1/4. NASDAQ does have room lower, especially if we do see that quarterly shift take place going into the second quarter of the year. So NASDAQ, this one was relatively fast, so just jump into the 4-hour chart right there. Take a look. And then the 1-hour chart. This PD array is quite old, but it's gold. I want to see it, trade below that and treat it as resistance going into that new week opening gap and then begin trading lower. So once we get to that new week opening gap, you can see that from the low to the previous week low, it's not that much in terms of range, and we're not looking at the market in terms of how much can we make. We are just trying to get the draw on liquidity proper or right, and train that muscle, because from there you really only need 5 handles on S&P and 20 handles on NASDAQ. So let's see if I'm forgetting anything. Might pause this real quick. Oh yeah, Monday, actually, until I probably get a new PC, which is going to be hopefully soon. Until I get a new PC, I will not be live during market open or like market hours, just because this laptop noise is already by itself enough to deal with, and being live would just add a lot of pressure onto me, and I don't want to do that to myself. But going into quarter 2, I'm going to try to be more active, especially if I believe that the markets are going to start to spread its wings a little more and see a little more favorable price action. We've seen the first quarter of the market has been a little slow, especially during February and March, but quarter 2, quarter 3 I'm really looking forward to. And what else? Be careful this week because it is non-farm payroll, so I will only be, I guess, operating or trading on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then cut it Thursday, Friday. I'll observe, and then I'll see whether anything is clear to me after non-farm payroll, so like an hour after non-farm payroll. I will not be live, like I said, will not be live, and I did not show the economic calendar on here either, but take a look at it yourself. Yeah. Be safe.